EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, so happy to be here. We are underway from Dublin, folks, in the NFL International Series. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
10 more there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Thielen going to go in motion right. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Throwing is McCarthy. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. but they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience. Looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
First down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenneth Gainwell, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the second quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
That ties the game at 7.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. A nice little juke. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On play action, now McCarthy. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now 2nd and 5. Here's McCarthy. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now McCarthy. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On play action, now Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Throwing is Rodgers. That's to his running back, Gainwell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Now Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Throwing now is Rodgers. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
A gain of 9.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a yard. They toss it to Warren. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Third down and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Rodgers. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Eric Wilson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
I don't think there could have been a better pocket for him to throw from, yet he never got rid of the football, and it goes down as a sack.
I mean, he had time to build a campfire back there. He still couldn't get rid of it.
I'll bring the s'mores next time.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain on the play. And the Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They work now on 2nd and 9. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw McCarthy. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return, Austin. A good head-down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That's good for us Steelers.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On play action, Rodgers. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Austin brings in the quick throw. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you can punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
A 52-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Oh, able to avoid him. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by a field goal, a little under a minute 50 remaining. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. to throw. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw. Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. They'll hand it to Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got 1 timeout left, want to save it.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force incompletion there.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's McCarthy. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be caught. It's Austin. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. First and 10. Now Rodgers. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This from long, very long range. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Chris Boswell.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. This is first and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The party, I assure you, just getting started. As we say so long, everybody, from Dublin.